Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, the Law Society of Kenya organized for mass action in the CBD to the President office to protest his remark and attack toward the judiciary. And therefore, yesterday, Ruto used the entire day to respond to the Law Society of Kenya, to respond to the opposition as far as the issue of protest is concerned. And he's saying that he is ready to face anybody. Niko tayari. And is asking those who are protesting, tell us, I quote him, whether there is corruption in the judiciary or not. That is what Ruto is asking those who are protesting. Tuambieni, kuna ufisadi kwa mahakama ama hakuna ufisadi. And therefore, for him is not backing, he will not stop. He will not be intimidated. He's going to continue to face anybody. That is Ruto. And we have other questions we are raising on the same to ask William Ruto whether there is corruption in executive or not. Listen to him first.
So, mimi naambia wale wananipigia makelele na kunifanyia maandamano. Nyinyi, tell us whether there is corruption in the judiciary or not. Usifanye maandamano tu bure. Ile kitu mimi nimesema nitapigana nayo ni mambo ya ufisadi. Hiyo ufisadi haiwezi kuendelea Kenya. Mambo ya wizi, ukora, ufisadi, utapeli, hiyo lazima ikome Kenya. Ndio inarudisha sisi Kenya nyuma. Ati kwa sababu wako na pesa. Ati wako na pesa ya kununua mawakili. Ati wako na pesa ya kuhongana kotini. Ati ili wazuie tusipange ajira ya hawa watu. Ati ili wazuie Kenya ikwame, tuwe na status quo, waendelee kufaidika, Kenya iwe nchi ya wachache kujivunia na wengi kuvumilia. Mnataka nchi ya kuvumilia ama ya kujivunia? Tumeelewana jameni? Mnasema tupeleke Kenya mbele? Mimi niko tayari kabisa. Mimi niko tayari. I am ready to face anybody.
Now we are continuing this final discussion, but just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our channel subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, Ruto is asking a valid question. His question is right, but my problem is that the question is not coming from the right person. Is there corruption in the judiciary or not? It is a good question. But is Ruto the right person to ask that question? That is our concern on this Punchline. Because you cannot claim to come and clean my house when your own house is dirty. There is no way you can remove a small log in my eye when there is a big log in your eye. First of all, deal with your issue, then you can come out to sort me out. If you're not doing so, there's no way you'll be genuine in what you are attempting to do. That is the truth. So the question I have seen Kenyans asking to Ruto is one question. Tell us whether there is corruption in executive or not. Once Ruto will answer this question and sort out the mess in executive, that is when Kenyans will take him serious on matters to do with the fighting corruption in judiciary. Once the executive is dirty, it is corrupt, there is no way you can pretend to be fighting corruption in the judiciary when where you have a direct control, where you appoint people to power, you are not cleaning. That is the big concern. So, siku nzima tu ameshinda juu ya magari akijaribu kujibu LSK, Raila Odinga and Azimio together with Kenyans. Siku nzima. That means there is a problem he's trying to hide rather than providing a solution. Kama kweli anajua there is no corruption in the executive and he has no big issue to do with the judiciary, why spend the entire day responding to the mass action? What happened? Can Ruto tell us what happened when you took over power with Gachagua? There was cases to do with Gachagua and other people. We saw more than 200 million Kenyan shillings that was frozen under Gachagua's account being released because judges were intimidated. How can you claim to be fighting corruption when your own deputy who had a case, his case was dropped, rather than listening to the case to the end so that we can know if indeed there was element of corruption or not? Kesi ilitupiliwa mbali. The director of public prosecution akasema hiyo kesi ametoa kotini, ikaishia hapo. Why and how? Gachagua pesa zake milioni 200 zikarudishwa. If they were genuine and clean, then they should have allowed the court process to take its place. Listen to the case to the end and let judges make an informed decision which is fair and true to the constitution and the law of the land. Then we will know that indeed Gachagua was clean, his money will be back. Hata yeye anaweza rudi mahakama ashtaki wale ambao walikuwa wamemshtaki ya kwamba wamemharibia jina. In that way we would understand that Ruto is serious on fighting corruption. It did not just happen that Gachagua's money has been unfrozen, his case has been. There was some factor that influenced that. How do you claim to be fighting corruption when such things are happening? We have seen the issue to do with the edible oil that Moses Stureh brought in this country when he was still the minister for, was it industrial manufacturing and all those. There was 6 billion taxes that was evaded in that importation of edible oil. Then it ended up being declared unfit for human consumption. Nini ilifanyika pale? We never saw William Ruto firing Moses Kuria, but he's looking on how to collect more taxes. And 6 million Kenyan shillings was evaded in taxes. How do you explain that? How do you explain that? Executive is dirty. But Ruto want to solve the problem in the judiciary where he don't have much say. Because in the judiciary, the court process will take place. The commission will be formed by the judiciary through CJ, not Ruto. Then, out of their finding, it is when Ruto will just sign on their findings. But executive where he has a say and direct control, where he does appointments, is messy and dirty. So let him tell us if the executive is clean. We saw the sugar imported in this country and fit for human consumption. Then at the end of the day, it was found on the shelves. People consumed that sugar. Is the executive clean? How did this one happen? Before you fight corruption anywhere else, clean the executive. More than 32 civil cases with a CS appointed by William Ruto. Mithika Linturi. Hizo cases ziko wapi? Aisha Jumwa, who was involved in a murder case to do with an MCA aspirant. What happened? The case was dropped. Why not allow the matter to be heard to the end and the judge make a decision so that we can know if these people are clean? Tunaona tu DPP ana drop cases. Anasema hii tumeachana nayo, hatutasikiza hii. Mambo yanaenda hivyo to the end. Tell me, if we have a man who is serious on fighting corruption, how can it be possible when we see those who are working under him, cases being dropped on the way. Hawasikizi up to the end. How possible is that? They brought in the issue of fuel in terms of finance bill. Koti ikasema kwamba an order has been issued, no increase of fuel price until the matter has been heard and determined. Alifanyaje? Huyo ni Ruto. He went ahead to disrespect court order. And lastly, what about him as an individual? What about him? Does he have any case in court? How are they going? So fighting corruption, you start by yourself. Ujikane wewe mwenyewe, uachane na mambo kama hayo. Western Hotel wamebadilisha majina kila siku, shamba ni la wapi, and all those other things. There are so many things. The executive is dirty. You can't claim to be cleaning an other independent arm of government when you yourself, you are dirty. Clean yourself first, then you can proceed, and we will take you serious. As of now, this is a big joke.